Okay, so this is the static electricity lab. I'm going to walk you through this. And so the objective of this lab is to explore the static electricity and the behavior of electrical charges. So you need to answer pre-lab questions 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so pause the video, answer your pre-lab questions 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and so now we're gonna start, after the pre-lab questions, we're gonna start with the procedure. So we've got both balloons hanging at the same height. The first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this rabbit and I'm gonna rub it on each of the balloons, okay? I'm gonna take my rabbit fur. Okay, so I'm using friction to build up a static charge. Okay. So now, write your observations about each of these balloons. Okay. Okay, so now, if we try to bring them close, what's happening to them? Okay. So then, write your observations about the 2 balloons. That's number 5. And then number 6, answer that question as well. From your observations, what can you conclude about the changes on the balloon? Okay, and then this is the next part. We're gonna bring the fur close and show our observation. Okay, can't really see that. I'm gonna go here. So I'm gonna bring that fur close. What's happening to that balloon? Okay, I'm gonna do the same to this other balloon. If I bring that fur close, what's happening, right? Okay, so write your observations for question number 7. What can you conclude about the charge of the balloon based on this observation? Okay, so then answer number 8. Okay, and so then we're going to take the glass rod. This is my glass rod, and I'm going to apply friction with my silk cloth, right? So I'm going to apply friction to my glass rod. Okay, and so number 9 says, hold the glass next to one of the balloons, write down your observation. What do you see happening? Okay, can you see this? Try it a little bit more. So you can see that it kind of comes out after that glass bar. Okay, so write your observations for question number 9. And then what can you conclude for 10? What conclusions can you draw about the charge of the glass rod and the silk friction, right? So now we should know what the charge on the balloons is. Okay, so we're gonna do this again. It tells you on that lab sheet what the charge of the rabbit is. You can kind of figure out the rabbit for what the charge on the balloons are. Okay, so now you know what charge the balloon is. So now we're gonna go through the chart. Okay, so now we're gonna go through the chart right here. And so the first one is the glass with the fur. Okay, so I'm gonna take the glass with the fur and I'm gonna build up a friction static charge. Remember, my balloons are positively charged. So I'm gonna hold my glass next to my balloon. What's happening when I pull it close? Let's put this one away. What's happening? Okay, put that close. What's happening to that balloon? All right, so now you can fill in your chart which one has the positive charge, which one has the negative charge. Remember that my balloons are negatively charged. I don't know what I said before, but my balloon is negatively charged. That's the one you go with. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the flannel, so I have a different pad, whoops, and the glass rod. Okay, so I'm gonna apply friction to my glass rod with my flannel. Remember, my balloons are negatively charged. I may have said that wrong the first time. They are negatively charged. So when I put my glass next to it, what happens? Okay, I'm going to do that again, because there's not a whole lot of charge on this, is there? A little bit, right? Do you see that? Okay, so my balloon is negative. What did it do to the glass rod? So with that combination, which has the positive and which has the negative? Now we're going to use the rubber rod and the fur. So now we do use this to build up the static electricity. Remember that the balloons are negative. Here we go. Okay, what's it doing? Okay, so the balloons are negative. What is the charge for my rabbit fur? What is the charge of my rubber rod? Okay, so now we're going to do the silk. Sorry, now we're going to do the silk and the rubber rod. What's it doing? Okay. And then I'm going to do the rubber rod with the flannel pad. Okay, what's it going to do? Okay, I put it between my two balloons. What's it doing to them? Take it out. Okay, so remember the balloons are negative. So then fill in your chart. Now I'm going to do the plastic. I'm going to do the plastic rod with the fur. Okay, so now I have the plastic with the fur. I'm going to build up that static using friction. Okay, what's that doing? Okay, and then write your answer in your table. Now I'm going to do the plastic with the silk. Okay, what's that doing? What if I put them in the middle of them? What are they doing now? Okay, so remember the balloons are negative. And then finally, I'm going to do the plastic with the flannel. Okay, what's that doing to the balloon? Okay, so then fill in your table. Remember the balloons are negative. Okay, and so that is your static lab. You can use this information to answer the conclusion questions 1, 2, and 3.